Best Medicine Podcast with Simba. Sparking positive change in the community. Having real conversations and therapy. You know that laughter's the best remedy. Got that heavy dose of humor for your hearts to heal. With mental health, it can't get any more real, yeah. Best Medicine Podcast. Laugh, love, learn. Best Medicine Podcast.
Best Med Pod. It's your man Simba Roar back in this thing one more time, bruh. And today, I have a special guest. If you have ever heard Simba on the diagnosis, you know that all he has is special guests. And today ain't no different. Today, I have a young lady who I met recently who I saw has a fighter spirit. She has, you know, like we all do sometimes, she has conflict between her brain and her heart, but she tends to lead with her heart, and she's trying to make it so that her heart wins those battles. She is someone who wants to leave a legacy and wants to be a legend and will be a legend. Someone who's very much so big on healing, not just herself, but the people around her. All around just dope individual. I want to introduce y'all to Miss Danny V.
Hi. Oh my God, you're going to make me cry already. Like, everything you just said right now sounds like, oh my God, like the way you
It's like, is this me?
Yeah, like, I'm like, you made me sound really nice, and I'm just like, wow. It's really like, yeah, thank you. That means a lot. And thank you for having me on your podcast.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
I'm so glad.
Finally.
Yes, I'm so glad. Like, I'm really excited, and I'm so happy that I met you, and we've only met like once or twice.
Yeah. We had a few meetings and conversations about, you know, doing the podcast and just other creative works. And now that you're here, I'm just glad that we get to actually work.
Yeah.
Because that's what I've been like, we talk about working a lot, and we talk about, you know, when you meet people, it's, oh, we're gonna work together, and nothing ever happens. I'm somebody who's like, if I say let's work together, let's work together.
Yeah.
Because there's no reason why we shouldn't.
Right.
You know, I know we all have lives and things that we have to do and whatnot, but it's always time to be creative.
Absolutely. I agree. 1000%.
Especially when your creativity comes from healing.
Right.
When your creativity comes from healing, it's like everything creative I do is amplified.
Good word. Absolutely.
Because I'm also healing myself, and I'm healing everybody that I come in contact with. Mm-hmm. So, will you tell the millions of listeners who Miss Danny V is, please?
Okay, Miss Danny V. I'm not gonna talk in third person, but I'm gonna just tell you.
I'll tell you who she is.
She really is. I can say that I am, just as you said before, I'm a healer. First and foremost, I, like many of us do, like to heal others before we heal ourselves. So I think doing that, I don't know if I benefited in any kind of way. Maybe I learned a lot, I would say, but I think it ended up making me do so much that I just lost myself internally.
Right.
But I know that I'm a very ambitious person, very creative in so many ways. Just to give you a little bit of a background, I have a lot of design experience, and like I have a really good eye. I like to draw sometimes and do just a lot of things with my hands, like just like, pottery. I'm pretty open to a lot of different things, and
you're
just
a creator.
Yeah, just a creator. And I know that there's something that I want to do. I just want to give back to the community a lot because of the struggles that my family has been through and I've seen around me, and then just seeing a lot of the struggles that we're all going through as a world, not even only in the U.S., but as an entire world. Like, there is just so much suffering and pain. We're going through so much every single day, and everybody out there, it's just like we can't downplay anybody's story, because we all have something that we've been through, and I just want to be able to share my story with you guys. So
that's why you're here.
That's why I'm here.
Yeah, I'm gonna get this young lady a podcast, man. We're gonna start a podcast for her. She needs to say a lot. She has a lot to say, and it definitely will help you. Like, I don't record like weekly, but every time I finish recording, I'm like, damn, I feel better.
Yep.
Like, it gets me to a place. Like I said earlier, think of it as a journal. Mm-hmm. Think of it as a diary. Think of it as something that you can just go back years and say, wow, I thought like this.
Yeah.
I had a blog spot when I was like 18.
What do you mean?
Like, a blog spot was like before Tumblr.
Uh-huh.
Or it was like around the same time as Tumblr. But Tumblr just took off because of all the nasty shit that would be on Tumblr. But Blogspot was like just like a blog. So it was like different blogs. So I had a blog at that time. Shout out to 09, where people just had blogs. Shout out to 09, man. And I was reading it this morning. I haven't posted it since I was like 19, 20 or something like that. Mm-hmm. Years ago.
And you amaze yourself, don't you?
I'm like, yo, this little kid was angsty as fuck. Like, this little kid was sad. And it's like, I'm nowhere near that anymore.
Yeah.
I'm reading I was really heavy in poetry at that time. Mm-hmm. And I would, or, rap or whatever you would call it, but I will always, all of my songs, I would just get beats from like songs that I like, just get the instrumentals and then just write to them.
Yeah.
And all of them were hella sad and depressing. All of them. I'm like, man, something like, all of them. And I'm like, yo, where I was and who I am now, man, if I could meet that little young man, I just give him a hug.
Yep, absolutely.
Because he needs one.
Right.
And I'm just thankful I don't have to live that way anymore. I don't have to be that sad little kid anymore. I'm a happy grown man. Like,
nice.
I'm excited every day. Like, I don't dread waking up.
Right.
I feel as though like we sit in where we are and think that it's never going to change.
Right.
Think that we're always going to be stuck in that position, while at the same time not appreciating the good things that's happening to us.
Yeah. Yeah, I think just a lot of it just comes from thanking God, your higher power, and not only that, but just thanking that we do, like, as cliche as it sounds, we woke up today, basically, because I could go on just about saying, like, we have shoes on our feet and we have food to eat and all that stuff, but like, we just woke up today because honestly, like, God has given me too many chances to be alive, and I'm thankful every single day. Like, I'm beyond thankful. But I still question a lot of the things also. Mm-hmm. I question a lot, and it's a lot to do. Yeah, it's all... You
have to question. That's the part of being human. If you just was complicit with everything, your life wouldn't really be right. Yeah, questioning everything. Mm-hmm. That's a good point.
Being inquisitive and
Because I learned.
Yeah. Because a lot of it is just uncertainty, especially if you're not knowing where your life is at and you're having like a quarter life crisis like most people do. One that I had in their mid to late 20s.
Right. What am I doing? Where am I at? I'm not in a relationship. I'm not married. I don't have any kids.
Yep.
I don't have the best job. What am I doing? I'm failing at life. It's like, no, you're right where you're supposed to be. You were where you supposed to be 5 years ago when you didn't have it together, and you'll be fine in another couple of years. We have to get there. We want to be there, but we have to get there first.
And my mom keeps telling me that, Rome and
Yeah,
wasn't,
exactly.
Built
Right.
overnight. And
But nobody
all that,
actually knows how long it took to build Rome.
Yeah.
When people say, I'm like, so how long did it take? If it didn't take 2 days? Like, oh, I don't know that part. Well, look that part up there if you know that Rome.
Not only Rome, but like
Nothing
most
within a day.
countries, most places, like everything is a process. Like
Yeah.
it's like nothing is going to happen overnight. Nothing is going to happen in 5 days. But if you just get up out of bed and just put your 2 feet that you have, because a lot of us don't have 2 feet. You see people with disabilities.
Right.
And I have a disability
Right.
internally in my brain. And it's a mental condition. And it's like a lot of the times I don't look externally like I have a disability,
Right.
but internally I do.
Right. So internal war is happening.
Yeah, it's a battle, like you said, it's a battle in my brain, like in my heart, because it's like a lot of me wants to do so much and everything out there, like creativity, I can't even speak. Creatively.
Yeah.
And just like, I want to just tackle on so many different ventures out there. But if I'm not there mentally,
Yep.
like, I won't be able to do anything in life.
You want to talk about that for a quick second?
Sure.
So what are you battling?
I'm battling with this demon in me, which is bipolar 1, which I was diagnosed when I'm 29 now, so about 3.5 years ago. Do the math, and I'm just like, so it was the hardest. I thought my life was already hard in so many different areas,
Yeah.
but no, this was like the big wake-up call from devil or God. I don't know which one. Is it God trying to slow me down, like, because I know I was going way too fast, or just like, I don't know. It's just a condition that messes with my mood. It's a mood disorder. It's mostly severe depression, but I try my best to like have a positive mindset every day, no matter what. And then I have also been into mania before, which if you've seen, I forgot what show it was with Kanye West and on Netflix recently.
Yeah.
Did you watch it? What show was that on? I forgot.
tend to not promote people with more money than me.
Don't. That's shallow.
But I know what show you're talking about.
Come on, Tim.
I know what show you're talking about. So yeah, what happened?
Yeah, so he was everything that Kanye West was saying. I was like, whoa! I went through the same thing. Like, it's a conspiracy. You feel like everybody's an actor in your life. You feel like you can't trust anybody at all. You feel like, I mean, everybody has, I think, different episodes or whatever the case might be, because everybody's brain chemistry is different.
Definitely.
But that's what I went through.
High highs and low lows.
Yeah, that's one of the manias that I've been through, and I've just gotten, my brain just feels so big and powerful that I feel like I get too deep into different topics, different areas of anything that I want to have beliefs in, like spiritually.
Right.
I was just studying a lot of theologies and religions, and I feel like I can actually physically, mentally, and emotionally feel as if I'm in that person's body.
Yeah.
Or I feel like I have a lot of, like, even Cardi B says she be hearing voices all the time. Yeah. I feel like that's, you know, like, not hear voices, but like you feel. There's another movie where, I don't know if this is like true, but somewhere in the medical system where they injected some chip in their brain or something like that, and she could feel, or he could feel, other people's emotions, and basically they thought that person, whoever they encountered in their life, was in their head and basically telling them what to do and living. It was just crazy, like, and I've been there.
Right.
It's just like, words can't even explain, and I'm just like, is this really my life right now? Like, this is crazy. I feel like I'm living a movie sometimes, like, in my head.
Did you have any feelings like that before you were diagnosed, or was it you got diagnosed because you were feeling like this? Oh, I said that wrong, but you understand.
Yeah, well, it stems mostly all from, I never knew why my dad, it's hereditary.
Okay.
My dad always was very verbally abusive my entire life. Just hardcore. And he would always, like, I just didn't understand why he would flip out like crazy. Like, he's either a hardcore lover, like he'll love you, and he's just like, oh, my baby girl, my daughter, you know, blah, blah. And then, like, next thing you know, next morning, he'll just go ape shit. And I'm just like, whoa. And I never knew until it happened to me. Yeah. And I'm just like, I'm not the kind of person like that. I mean, yeah, I've had my rebellious moments, but yeah, only if people test me, right? But he's bipolar, and I mean, he never really believed in medicine like that. He's super old school, traditional Mexican. I'm a Mexican. Maybe I should have said that before in my intro. Yeah, and I'm 29, and I'm from the Bay.
Back to your intro.
Back to my intro. Just had to clarify that.
So do you have a relationship with your father now?
It's rocky.
Right. But do you understand?
I understand him more, but we still, man, like, him and I bump heads a lot, and we don't see eye to eye, but I've just learned to just try to shut my mouth more, you know?
Why? Why do you think you have to shut your mouth more?
I know, like, because he loves to overtalk. Okay. I'm very opinionated. I have a voice. He has a voice. Right. He has his own beliefs that are on his generation.
For the sake of peace.
Right.
I'll just let you talk.
Yeah, and then it stresses me out, and then I don't want to keep fighting with him all the time, you know? Like, it's always going to be a fight every time I see him. We're at war.
A lot of the time, sometimes when you doing this, and I hear myself a lot, I'm like, I say that a lot. So I'm going to just, for all the listeners, take a shot every time I say a lot of the times, whenever you listen.
There's a word that we always say, and like or something like that. But
so a lot of the time, we think that you stating your opinion and me stating my opinion, that's an argument.
Yeah. When
actually it's just, I'm just telling you how I think, and I'm just telling you how I think.
Yeah. Like, there's a lot of
it doesn't need to be.
He just takes it to the heart.
Yeah. And people do. People do. If you say something that's different than how they believe, what they think, it's like, no, this is right. It's
like people, they want, or they'll try to sell you on something. And it's like, no, I don't. No, that's not me.
It's not what I think.
Right.
And it's okay. You can think that.
That's the beauty
I'm not telling you you're wrong. I'm not telling you you're wrong. I'm just saying I think like this. I get in a lot of arguments because of that.
Yeah. But sometimes I'd just rather keep my peace because like, I'll end up overthinking about it later. I'll either shut my mouth so I don't say the wrong thing, and I don't, like, I'm protecting you because I can go left instantly, and like, I don't want to go there.
I don't want to.
Because at the end of the day, like, if these people, whoever you're having a conversation with, anybody, family, friends, people on the street, whatever, one thing that I'm really learning on, I read a book called Emotional Intelligence,
yes.
EQ.
It's a good book.
I don't know the author. I forgot his name. So, yeah, I'm learning a lot on emotional intelligence and learning how to control my emotions better, learning how to say things better. No one's perfect. We all make mistakes, but I have done a lot of mistakes in terms of my mouth. And, like, I just need to just zip it up sometimes, and then sometimes I'll end up overthinking and stressing myself out. Maybe I shouldn't have said that like that. Maybe I could have said it differently. And then I'll stress myself out. And I've done that before. And now that I have this condition, if I stress myself out over anything, if I surround myself around negative energy, toxic people that talk down, bully, make fun of, whoever, just like super like just too much, like extra, or like I just can't be around that kind of energy, because it ends up like, I was watching Basketball Wives, not to bash on them, but like I was watching it the other day, and I'm like, these girls are full of drama, and I'm like, drama, and I'm like, it's entertaining because it's like we all like to see like what it's like, but then what we really watch and what we put in our brain, we're gonna end up doing it. Yeah. So it's like, yeah,
it's like, why am I talking like this? I don't even talk like this.
Right. I mean, and I've been there.
Yeah.
You know, so anything that stresses me out messes with my second gut, which is they call it the brain, your stomach, which is stomach issues that you can occur if you like stress yourself out too much. So it can cause an ulcer. You can just, stress has been my number one, almost death situation. And
gut health is definitely important. Shout out to Wise Tom. I had a nutritionist on the show.
I think I saw it the other day. Yeah.
And he was talking about the gut health, and he sells supplements, things like that.
Yeah.
And really makes a difference.
Well, I'm trying all types of supplements, like probiotics and all that. So that's another story that we can talk about later if you want. But, yeah.
So how do you cope?
A lot of it would be, like, I was going the wrong route because I have my medicine that I take, and I was, drinking a lot, and then like smoking cigarettes and stuff in that route, and that wasn't doing anything for me because it was only making things worse.
Right.
I mean, I do smoke weed still, but that's occasionally, But and then like to just get rid of I think my biggest thing with coping is by just keeping myself busy and like having structure and like taking my brother's dog Aria. She is my biggest baby and I love her to death.
I saw that dog. That dog is fire.
She's adorable. We take her everywhere, and like she's literally like everything to me, and she's the biggest thing that's helped me heal too. And shout out to my mom, my brother, my dad, everybody that's like my family, I think that's like just spending more time with like people you love,
So you basically have your own emotional support animal.
Mm-hmm. She pretty much is. Yeah, I signed her up as an ESA. Yeah.
That's important.
Yeah.
That's important. So now you don't feel alone in those lonely nights or those lonely just moments. Absolutely.
Because I can get in a lot of us can get in a very dark place where you're just like, fuck. you're like, why is my brain here? You gotta talk yourself out of these negative thoughts,
right.
Whatever is making like you feel like shit. And it's just like, especially with like, sometimes you have to step away from social media if you are on it too much, and then you start, you're like you said earlier, why aren't all these things happening to me? Like, why, And then when I went to business class the other day, and I was talking to my one of my coaches. She ended up saying, she was quoting somebody, and she said, don't compare your beginning to someone else's middle or end.
Yeah.
Vice versa.
We're not all running the same race.
And everybody has different problems. Everybody's in a different situation. Everybody has to probably take care of their mom and their dying mom. Somebody has to take care of their kids. Somebody has a disabled, kid with, autism or something like that. Or somebody has a mourning family, like someone's brother just died. And it's like I can't even, like, we're all hurting. And a lot of it's like, I don't really want to say it because people don't like to talk about it, but these are things that they should be talked about, because I mean, you don't want to put the negative energy out there, but it almost feels like we're in a Great Depression right now. It feels like, especially with the president that we have. And then
this will be looked at. I feel like if God doesn't hit the reset button in a couple years, would be looked at as like a really dark time in history.
Yeah.
Like with everything that's happening right now.
All the wars, all the cartels, all the just killing, the mass shootings, the racism still. Like, I'm seeing swastika signs in people's backyards as a garden bed.
Yeah, y'all are nuts. Stop doing that.
Like, really?
Stop doing that. Like, y'all are nuts. It's come on, bro. Come on, bro. Like, where do you want me to go? Like, what do you, like, you're just gonna just keep hating me?
This is 2020.
Bruh.
We are in a world where,
we're in the future and there's still racism. When we were kids, they were like, oh, the future, 2021. It's like, no, we're in 2021. There's no flying cars. It's still racist people. Like, what is happening? An orange nigga's president. Like, I don't get it. It's wild.
Shout out to whoever the next woman president is. Hopefully she's a Latin woman president. That'll be fire. She'll change the whole game. And I'm just like, not for real though.
You know how many, like, that would be nuts. Because it's going to be AOC. AOC is going to be president.
Okay.
That would be lit. If a Bronx Latina was president.
Is she the one that's fighting right now in...
Probably.
She was just talking about the Amazon.
Probably. She's young. She's young.
Yeah, the Puerto Rican chick in New York.
In New York, yep. That's AOC.
Diddy just posted about her.
Yep. Yeah, that's AOC.
Yeah. She's putting herself out there, and she's man.
And getting hate for it.
It's okay though, cause
but in the next 5 to 7 years, let's see where she is.
Latina, stand up.
She's from the Bronx. She's like, I'm not fucking around with you.
Because it's enough. It's enough.
Yes.
Like how much more, like this system that we live in right now, just with the whole health system, with the education system of them, with it goes back into history books and like just brainwashing us into junk, like, and then like also with the whole crime system too. There's the system that we're in right now is just suffering. Yeah. And like the medical, going back, we're going off topic kind of, but it kind of all ties in together and it relates in some kind of way. But because I think the medical system is just screwed up, like absolutely, like incredibly.
We have the worst. We have the worst medical system.
It's just bad
in the world.
Like, we just need to move to Europe or something.
It's nuts. We
I mean,
yeah.
the way that psychiatrists, I mean, I've learned to like, and I'm not going to say that. I mean, you need psychiatrists because they diagnose you
Right.
and they help you there. But at the same time, I've been tested as a lab rat, as many people have been. Just
take these, see how you
feel. Yes.
Oh, that didn't work. We'll take one of these and then 3
all
of these.
The side effects.
No. Right.
They want to make you die. They make you gain all this weight.
Yep. So then you could go to the hospital and then they can eat off of it.
Mm-hmm. If it wasn't for us patients, they wouldn't have jobs.
Facts.
So let's put fast food restaurants in all the hoods. So, it's cheap. Here's a fast food. Oh, and then they make it even lazier for you to go in a drive-thru so you don't have to walk. And then we can gain all this weight and then we'll have diabetes and then the doctors have more patients. And then obviously what I've heard from some people in the medical field, they say that they don't want to keep patients in the hospital. I get it. They want to push patients out. But then at the same time, no, it's been traumatizing to me because I checked myself in when I thought I was having another mental, mania is what they call it, episode. It was I get there and I'm I felt attacked, they attacked me like an animal, or I was a crime lord or some kind of I get into the hospital, I check myself in, I'm telling them that I'm having an episode. Then the nurse is over there, or the nurse or medical assistant is over there blabbing her mouth, and because I don't know what she was saying, but it was very unprofessional. And it's I'm the patient, but you're over here trying to talk down on me. I was ready to fight her and literally go ape shit.
Already in a episode right now.
You're having me exactly. I was ready to be if you don't get her out of here, I will kill her. Because get me out of here right now. But keep talking, girl. How are you gonna keep talking to me? And I'm the one over here, not going crazy, but and everybody just comes and tries to restrain me and stuff, and makes me just feel even more of and just afraid and in fear. And I'm just I don't know any of you people.
Right, and y'all are all grabbing me and stuff. I came in here for help. Mm-hmm. Nobody helped me. Mm-hmm. People then provoked me. I'm already in a state of heightened aggression or, whatever, emotion. And now I'm being restrained by strangers. Mm-hmm.
And then
now that makes me even heightened, even more heightened. Mm-hmm. That's I'm sorry that happened to you, because that is showing that when you ask for help, they don't want to help you, but they'll force help upon you. It's oh, now I'm gonna hold you down because you need to be still. I came in here calm to a certain extent. Mm-hmm. That's nuts.
And then it's just it's just sad because they play games with you, mind games with you, because they think you're crazy. Mm-hmm. And it's no, I'm just a person that has a voice. I'm a person that I literally I'm so thankful to God that they didn't take my phone away from me, and because they literally damn near I had to, they're put you in your clothes. I felt like I was an inmate, and I'm just I don't know, what did I do? What the fuck?
Came in here for help. That's all you did. That's all you did.
And so what I started doing, which they don't educate us, which you only would want to go to, is law school. But no, a lot of the times, everything that you see in fine print, disclosures and all that stuff, I felt like I was held against my will. Because then it's they wouldn't let me go. Mm. They wouldn't let me go at all. And I'm like, are you serious right now? Is this really happening right now? Like, you're not. And it feels like I was scared. Just like, I don't know. I didn't know what was going to happen next. Are they going to inject me with, like, more drugs?
Right.
Like,
sedate you. You don't know how long you've been in there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Nah.
And I've been hospitalized multiple times.
Yeah.
But anyways, it just gets, like, you just can't trust anybody. And then, like, I was having trust issues after I got out, and I was just like, I can't trust anybody. It makes me not want to move on with my life. Like, it gets me stuck, even more depressed, and then, like, just not even able to, like, go back to the hospital. But then eventually, I was like, you know what, I'm going to give the hospital another try.
Right.
I'm like, all right, I get it. You guys do shove meds down our throats just to test it out, to see what it's like. You know, eventually you'll learn to see what fits in your body. But then I've been taking, that's some of the negative sides. Now I've been going to the hospital and therapy like every week, multiple times a week. I've been going to group therapy sessions, and I've been learning a lot about my condition. I've been learning how to cope with it, how to just do different things to get my mind active, and talking. I've been actually hanging out with, I'm not disclosing anybody's information,
right.
but I am saying that I have been hanging around with people like me with my condition, and people with bipolar, schizophrenia, and other conditions. And it's just like, we are not like, I don't know how to say it, like I feel like we have like a gift, like, because a lot of us have, I mean, I don't want to categorize it, but yeah, I kind of am, because this is our condition, right?
Right.
Very smart and people. There's a lot of people out there that are very intelligent with different disabilities, and you're like, wow, like, it's just like your brain's on a whole nother, like, train ride, you know?
Yeah, because your brain chemistry is different. So it's like you said, everybody's brain chemistry is different. So certain triggers in your brain, certain synapses are firing differently than other people.
Yeah. You may be limited to some things
Right.
that you weren't able to at the time, or I just feel very limited now. Like you said earlier too, like, my brain won't let me do a lot of the things that I want to do, but my heart is literally like, wants to reach out of my soul to want to do all those things. But I will slowly and surely do it in God's timing.
And I'm here to push you.
Thank you.
I'm here to push you because I see it. So shout out to Speak On It. Shout out to the Poetic Pharaoh.
Yeah, she's dope. Shout out to
Fire,
you,
the goddess.
Yes. Tiffany.
We
thank you for pushing me.
Yeah, we frequent there. And I saw her. I'm
At
like,
Leash Spirits.
Yep. I saw her. I'm like, oh, what's up? I haven't seen her in a while. I'm like, you performing tonight? Said, she's like, I was, but I backed out. I was like, what? That's not happening. And at the time, it was just divine timing. She was in front of us. Tiffany was in front of us. So I tapped Tiffany. I'm like, hey, is the list still open? It was like, what's up? I was like, 'cause she wants to perform. She turned around, saw who it was. She was like, oh, okay. So
She whispered in my ear, she's like, well, you talk about what you want to talk about. And she knows that I wanted to talk about mental health.
Right.
So she was like, talk about mental health. I had something scripted.
Right.
But then when I got up there, I started reading it. And then I was like, in between my time, I kind of freestyled the rest. I was very nervous. I have a fear of public speaking. But I've learned over time, like, it just depends on the energy that's in the room. And
yeah, it's always the energy.
yeah, the energy, and just being able to not be judged and to be yourself.
Because we all feel like that. We all feel somewhere in what you were saying. Like she spoke for a couple of minutes. She did a piece for a couple of minutes, and then just talked to us again until until her time was over. And I just saw that she needed that little release that she got then. Like, you needed that release that you got. I was happy that it happened like that. Mm-hmm. I was happy that I got to see you. You tell me that you backed out. I get to ask her about it, and she even pushed you there. Yeah. So we're pushing you. We surround yourself with people who's going to push you. Yeah. Like, I would have been so sad if you wouldn't have gone just because you were afraid.
Yeah, fear is, man, I can't stand fear. Fear is one of our biggest, what would you say fear is, Simba?
Fear is an illusion. In quotes, Will Smith. Fear is not real. Danger is real. Fear is a choice.
Yep. Absolutely. I'm going to stop saying absolutely because I keep hearing myself say absolutely a lot.
Yeah, it's a choice. It's like because nothing has happened yet.
Because all the fear that we're creating is what we think we're portraying out there, what we see on TV. Mm-hmm. There's so much junk and negativity on TV. Yeah. Like, all these killings, mass shootings, all these... I don't watch the news. It's good to watch the news to be informed about politics and, like, what's going on with the world and stuff. But I don't watch the news personally because there's just nothing but people getting raped, homicides, all these different things. And I'm just like, I don't need to be filling my brain up with all this negativity. And
my grandma used to say, I don't need that in my spirit.
Right.
I don't need that in my spirit.
No, there's already enough going in my spirit right now. And I'm just like, do I need to listen to all that? No. Nope. Hell no.
No, fear is a choice. Nothing. You're fearful, if I jump into this water, I might drown, or if I jump into this water,
hit a rock.
I might hit something. But when you actually splash in that water, and you have a great time, and then you leave, and nothing has happened to you, it's like you would have missed out on that incredible time.
Like, I could have done that. I shoulda, woulda, coulda. Yeah. A lot of people are stuck in jobs, which I get that it's not by choice sometimes because you have to survive. And I've been there. I've been in a corporate job. I've worked restless hours, hours. Like, you would think I was a lawyer, a doctor, like. Yeah, so, and the money was amazing, and my experiences were fun. I don't regret anything in life, but I just wish that I could have been about things a little differently when it comes to my health.
Yeah. Surviving, what did I say earlier? Surviving isn't living.
Yeah.
Like, it's not.
Surviving is not living.
It's not.
And we all want to just go fast life, and do this. And I get that, but what is most important to you? Like, what do you value more?
Yeah, and who do you actually want to be? Like I said earlier, we want to be at the destination already, but don't want to work to
put
get
in
there.
The work, right?
It's like, I want to make it, but you don't even get up to work. Like, no, it's not going to happen like that. You can't. We see all these, like, YouTube celebrities and Instagram celebrities, and you think, oh, they only made one video, and now they're rich and famous. It's like, one, they're probably not even rich. They're probably just famous. Yeah. A lot of these famous people don't even have money. Like, we probably make more in our 9 to 5s than they do doing whatever they're doing. But we see the instant gratification and we want that. And we don't know that they did 200,000 videos before the video that actually hit. Mm-hmm. It's like, we need to stop looking, like you said, we need to stop looking at our beginning and comparing it to somebody's ending. Yep. That's real.
That's exactly what it is, comparing ourselves and limiting ourselves with all this toxic talk in our brain, man. Like, I can, like, devour myself with my negative thoughts, and I have I victimized myself so much because of the traumas that I've been through. I'm only 29, like I said, but I am going to turn 30 in September, but...
Turn up. The dirty 30s out here, yeah.
The dirty 30, like, thank you, God, for even... I honestly didn't even think I was going to see 27.
Right.
20, like, no.
Yeah.
No. Like, like, I didn't think I was going to see 18 and surrounding myself with all these crazy people, like, wanting to be in the hood and wanting to be in, you know, trap houses, not doing no hoe stuff or anything like that, but, like, you know, just, like, surrounding myself around drugs, like, not hardcore drugs, but, like, just being around.
Trying to be in the streets.
Trying to be in the streets.
You don't have to.
Yeah, I lived in, like, a suburb area right here in El Sobrani, California. And I always wanted to be with the shit in the hood, in Richmond.
Yeah.
And
because that's where the fun was.
All the fun, all the, you know, booty shaking, all the trapping, all the just like guns, being around guns, being at house parties, getting shot up.
Yep.
Like,
it's fun to do hood rat shit with your friends.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if you don't need to be with the shits, you don't have to be with the shits. You know how juiced I am that I'm washed? Like, you know how juiced I am that I don't have to go out and be like, oh, I have to impress some people tonight.
Yeah.
Like, I don't give a fuck. I am washed with a dad bod. I don't care what y'all think about me. A dad bod, did you say? I don't care what y'all talking about. Like, I'm out here every day in my community doing the right thing by these kids, and I don't care about trying to impress some grown-ass man.
Yeah. I think that as we get wiser and as we have more years to live on this planet Earth, this beautiful planet, we just learn to see who we are and grow spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally, whatever it might be, to learn our purpose, because a lot of my stressing and my mental condition, my illness, came from trying to figure out who I am meant to be on this planet Earth. Like, what is my goal to be? And I'm praying to God every day that, I mean, honestly, I stopped praying about it because I'm just going to be like, okay, I'm just going to keep trying the next best thing. Whatever I'm going to try, see if it works for me. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. But if it does, I'm going to just try the next thing. You know, process of elimination.
Prayer is nothing without application.
Right.
So you can because when you pray and you don't do anything about it, you're being passive. Yeah. It's like, I want my blessing, but I don't want to work for it. Right. Like, your blessing comes when the universe sees that you're ready. And if you just begging, because that's what you're doing when you're praying and not doing anything. You're just begging. And you're just like, please, just let this good thing happen to me. Let something good happen to me. Listen to the and it's like, you just the universe is like, but you just over here asking, but what's get off of your knees.
How are you gonna make this thing happen if you just sitting there just not doing nothing?
It's real. It's real. It's like praying is begging. Praying is begging. That's wild.
Don't say it like that. I'm like,
it is though. Think about it. Like,
because you are on your knees and you're begging.
Come on.
That's facts. Oh my God.
Please, crazy. God, please. That's begging.
Oh my God.
I would much rather give a dude $1 who's like, hey man, I just try to get
that's hustling. Like, all the people that I saw on the train.
Yep.
Like, in New York and like all out here too, like
Showtime.
Yeah, it's like everybody, they got boom boxes, they're doing beats, they're doing, whatever it might be, dancing, singing, anything to just put yourself out there. And I'm just like, no matter what, like, you're still out there putting yourself, like,
even if they make no money a day.
And that comes with like a lot of strength.
Yeah.
'Cause that fear.
Yep.
To be in front of all these people.
People getting rejected. You get rejected by hundreds left and right. hundreds of people every hour in New York.
But if you have hope,
yep,
hope is a big one.
Yeah, one thing that I say on this podcast is that you have to walk with Godfidence.
Godfidence.
Yes.
Okay, I like that. I've never heard that.
Godfidence is something that it can't be taken away from you, and it can't be put in you. You just have to have it. And it's like waking up and saying, "Hey, whatever the universe is going to move to my will." Mm-hmm. The universe, if it's evil, it's going to get out of my way when I'm walking. If it's good, it's going to attract to me. Because I'm walking with the air of knowing that is unparalleled to anything else. That's moving with confidence.
Wow. Well said.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
Why are you laughing? You just made that up?
Not just now, no. But that explanation, I haven't explained it like that before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. That's good. I'm so happy that I'm really like starting to share my story because I think I posted a couple of videos on Facebook just to test it out and see what I felt like. But then I didn't feel comfortable, and I felt, here goes all my limiting beliefs. Like, I'm not confident. I don't look good. And I've just been dealing with so many insecurities. I've always had so many insecurities.
Right.
Just with everything. One of them has always been my weight. And then on top of that, just being in relationships where I didn't feel valued or respected. And just downplayed as a woman, you know. I don't know. I just was in a lot of toxic relationships. You know, that really
lot of people
mess with my insecurity.
Right,
so it's like my confidence, slowly but surely, started to work. Actually, it started to get better and strengthen over time, over years. Like I was always trying to fit in with everybody because growing up. My mom, my parents, they didn't have a lot of money, and you know, they weren't able to provide all the flyest Jordans in 7th grade like most people do. You know, it's like, and then all the baby fat outfits and like Rocawear and like, you know,
came through with the velour. You didn't have the velour,
the J-Lo jacket. I mean,
oh my God!
Yeah, I had, eventually I did have it, right?
J-Lo did try to come out with clothes.
She did have cute clothes. I like some of her clothes. I had some of the clothes, you know?
We were so trash as kids, dude. We were so such stupid shit. Oh, Lord have mercy.
Yeah, I eventually did have it, but I didn't have it at the time that I wanted to have it, of course, because... You're always like, oh, I want that. But I didn't have all that. I didn't have the flyest shoes, so people would make fun of me and like bully me, and I'm just like, people are so mean. It's just like, you know, and
honestly,
that's where all of my self-confidence started to go in the gutter, and then it's just like growing up, all that happened, and then it eventually was just one thing after another, and then now that I try to build my confidence up with losing all the weight that I did in New York. I was at the best weight that I've ever saw my body in. I had abs. I was able to do pull-ups, like hardcore pull-ups that a lot of women can't really do. And I'm just like, I pushed my body to the limit. Like I did 2 half marathons. I was living in New York City 3.5 years ago. And I know I keep talking about my past, but this is my journey, you know. It made me it's a part of what made me who I am today. And then once I was at my pivotal moment, you know, making a lot of money and like at my best way and just everything was just going right for me.
Right.
Very confident. I attracted a man in my life that just was like a dream man in my eyes, you know? And I was like, wow, I can have it all.
Right.
And then all this stuff happened to me, and then boom, it's like, no, you're not gonna have all this confidence. So then the confidence goes back into the gutter, and like, if I'm not working or if I'm not doing anything to help people in any kind of way, to give back or to like to just apply myself, like you said, on a day-to-day with the world. I don't feel confident. Mm-hmm. Like, what am I doing as a human being? I'm not doing anything.
What I heard you say, which is the difference between now and then, is that you were pushing yourself.
Oh, yeah.
So, to combat all the negative in your mind, it seems like the key is to push yourself. It seems like when you are making the conscious effort to say, I want to be better and I will do better, mm-hmm. and I'm going to actively do better.
Yeah, put in work.
It's when you are the happiest. Put the work in. Mm-hmm. I've hit you so many times, like, let's work.
Well, let me tell you the reason why, and I'm not going to, this is not an excuse, mm-hmm. but it's just like we talked about earlier, off the record, was about healing myself. And mm-hmm. I'm not going to keep, trying to blame it all on bipolar.
Right.
But this is a big thing for me that has been very challenging to deal with. Yeah. It's a mood disorder that really messes with me. Really, my day is not the same like everybody out there. Like, I don't have a 9-to-5, or like I'm not an entrepreneur yet, or I don't have my own business or whatever it might be. But like, my day is every different in terms of based on my mood,
right? How
my body is going to react for the day, mm-hmm. whether it be from a migraine mm-hmm. to a mood on, am I happy? No, am I sad? So how am I feeling? Did I get enough sleep? Sleep is very, very, I can't even emphasize how important it is. Recharge. If you do not have the sleep, especially if you have bipolar or schizophrenia, you need your sleep. Rest. I didn't sleep because I was stressing myself out multiple times before, since diagnosed, and it affected me. Like, I had drunk for 2 days, like a real hangover for 2 days, and it made me not want to talk to anybody. Mm-hmm. I literally, like, if people hit me up, I just won't respond sometimes, or like I just have to go in my shell and not talk to anybody. I just don't, like, I start crying. I'm just like, it's just like emotional, and I'm just like depressing. I'm like, then I don't want to go to school, whatever it might be, Yeah. And I'm like, this is like annoying. Like, this is like, because like, it's just a everyday struggle.
Definitely.
And I'm just like I was driving with my mom, because she's seen my every little experience from when I wake up until I go to sleep.
Right.
And I'm just like thinking to myself, is this reality? Because I was fine 3.5 years ago, and I was able to do so much stuff. I was able to pursue my dreams. And I was able to like make great money and travel the world and like just like do everything. Hang out with a lot of friends. Now I don't really like want to hang out sometimes, but then I do. It just all depends on my mood, or I get anxiety, or I'll get PTSD from driving because I got into multiple car accidents that were really terrifying also, where I almost lost my life again. And I'm just like, it's just like,
you're not here for no reason.
What is going on?
You're not here to suffer.
Yeah.
You're not here to, let your disability
control me. Yeah.
Yeah, you are here to push, and you are here to heal.
And I don't want to keep making an excuse like every time. It's like, no, I'm not in the mood.
It's a big factor. It's not an excuse. It's a factor.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, I don't have, nor do I know someone dealing with it besides you. But I think like one other person. But coming from somebody who doesn't deal with it, it's easy to say, push through it. But when you when you physically can't get out of bed, there is no amount of pushing that you can do. Mm-hmm. You have to let that sweep past you. Mm-hmm. But
you have to either sleep it off.
Yeah.
Because you're mentally, your brain you're just not capable of doing it.
Yeah, your brain controls your body.
Yeah.
And my brain is saying, nope. Then I'm not doing nothing.
Just like if you were to break a bone.
Yep.
You know? And that's also why I want to just be able to just say, like, it's going to be hard. It
will be hard, yes.
It just feels like I just have to work harder for what I have to do.
Right. Exactly.
Like, push even more.
Exactly. Because you know that you're dealing with... It's like Debo. It's like if Debo just lived with you at all times. It's like punking you. It's like, you not getting out of bed today. It's like... No, but I want to get out of bed. Like, sit back down, punk. Yep. It's like, all right, Debo.
Like you can't do anything. You're really stuck. You're just stuck. You cannot move.
But at the same time, you got to turn over and grab a brick and knock Debo's head off.
Yep. I like that analogy. Debo, where the hell are you at?
It's like you told me, you was like, I don't know, like, what to talk about or anything like this. Yeah. We did an hour. We've done an hour. We've talked for an hour. And you talking about short attention spans.
Yeah.
We've done an hour. So you can do this. It's like when you're able to get it out and you start just getting it out, it becomes easier for you. I told you that when you overthink, you're not releasing anything. Mm-hmm. So it's still just all in your head. You just, whatever, let it come out wrong. Mm-hmm. Just get it out. Yeah. Even if you delete every single time you record.
Right.
Get it out.
I think I have to...
Because writing it down, like you said...
Can we talk about this?
Yeah. So it's like, okay. So it's like writing it down, you say you don't like scripts. So writing it down, you won't be able to, you try to feel like you're reading something.
Yeah, like I'm a puppet.
Like that. Yeah, you don't want to do that. Just get it out. But before we go, I just have a quick couple of things to say. Before, like at the end of every show, I like to say, to give the audience something to think about from this conversation.
Yeah.
So this is called The Diagnosis. It's my favorite part. It's my favorite part of the whole show. That specific part is the favorite part of the whole show. Number 1, question everything. Be inquisitive, even if you know the answer. Still question your own thinking, because sometimes there's a different way of thinking. Number 2, make your disability your superpower. So, like you said, we all have this thing that we're dealing with. Let it work for you. Mm-hmm. Don't be a slave to it. Own it, and then fight with it.
So I've learned.
Yep. Number 3, be around people who push you. Like, we are here for you. We are here when you don't want to get up, and we're here to push you.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Get it out. Get it out. I'm gonna keep pushing you.
Thank you.
I'm gonna be annoying.
Yeah. I need that.
Yeah, I know.
Extra push.
We all do. The next one. Surviving is not living. If you work only to survive, you're not living a full, healthy life. Mm-mm. You're just making sure that you don't die. And that's not life.
Like, what is good having millions and billions of dollars, all these fancy boats and fancy cars, you come home to nobody, you are frustrated, you're stressed out at work, and you are literally like... Not happy whatsoever. You're just angry with the world.
Yep.
And yourself.
Yeah, it's not. It's
like...
It's pointless. It's pointless. The last thing. Stop comparing others' beginnings to... Oh, I'm sorry. Stop comparing our beginnings, your beginnings, to someone else's...
Middle or end.
Like... We all have different lives. We all run different races. We all are on different tracks. So I can't compare his podcast to mine. I can't compare her podcast to mine.
Right.
Why do these people have so many listeners? Well, maybe my 30 listeners an episode need what I'm saying.
Right.
And these thousands of millions of people don't need to hear from me right now.
Right.
Maybe
right.
I need to grow in my craft to then say, oh, you guys need to listen to this.
Facts.
Because this conversation is amazing. This conversation is healing. This conversation helps you and I grow. We have both now grown from this conversation.
Yep.
Anything you want to add before we get out of here?
I think that we can say that just keep on learning about everything. Like, just be a learner, like, on a daily basis, like, for the rest of your life.
Be a
like,
universal student.
Universal student in every area. Like, even if it's uncomfortable
Yep.
and fearful, just get out there and do it.
Definitely. Well, Miss Danny V, will you want to give them your Instagram, or you want them to follow you somewhere or stalk you somewhere? What's up?
Yes, it's at I am Danny DANIVC on Instagram. Thank you so much for having me on this podcast, Simba. I really appreciate it.
I'm finally glad you're here.
Thank you.
Probably the next time you'll hear her is on her own podcast. On the Best Man Pod Network. We gonna work, man. We definitely gonna work. But this is Simba Roar. It's your man Simba Roar back in this thing one more again, bruh. And we out.